evaluation هو مش speech
speech number 5 from storytelling manual.
Toastmaster Surya speech educational module would be speech.
Yes,
That's the speech.
Story.
Okay, so it will be evaluated by Toastmaster Anas Ahmed. Please, Toastmaster Anas, if you can read the objectives for this speech for us.
Good evening, everyone. Again, Toastmaster Surya Narayanan will today deliver his 5th project from the storytelling manual. The objectives of his project are 2. The first one is to understand the purpose of stories about historical events or people, and the second is to use the story. Bless you. The second one is to use the storytelling skills developed in the preceding projects to tell a story about a historical event or a person. I wish you all the best.
Time limit 7 to 9 minutes.
7 to 9 minutes.
Stage with you, Toastmaster Surya.
Last week, I was watching TV at home, in the drawing room. Suddenly my wife shouted, "Surya, come here, see what I found." I went to the bedroom. My wife had been searching for some papers related to a property. And what she actually found was a letter I had written to her during our courtship between the time of engagement and marriage. And it was real fun reading that letter, and we had a good time about it. Scenario 2. Imagine yourself in a new place with a new job where you know nobody. You're bored. You almost think of going back to your place. You walk into a restaurant. How many of you like eating all alone in a restaurant? Anybody? You enter a restaurant, and then you find one of your classmates, school classmates, with whom you lost contact. And suddenly, you find everything wonderful. And within no time, you settle down in a new place. Toastmaster evening, fellow Toastmasters, good evening to you.
Good evening.
This concept of finding something that you least expect at the most unexpected time is called serendipity. Way back, almost 700 years back, Amir Khusro, the Persian poet and philosopher who lived in India, wrote a story called The Three Princes of Serendip. The word Serendip refers to Sri Lanka, and in that he wrote about 3 princes who had the uncanny knack of finding something wonderful when they least expected it. They had the gift. Much later, Horace Walpole, the British thinker and writer, he wrote about it. He referred to the Persian story, and he coined this word called serendipity. In the world of innovation, this club is full of innovators and inventors. In the world of innovation, history is replete with cases of inventions that have come out of serendipity. Scientists have found things that they least expected to. Today, I would like to tell you a story of one such invention which is very, very popular, but actually its history is serendipity. The Minnesota Mining and Manufacturing Company, founded in 1907, was working in the field of mining and manufacturing, making equipments, different chemicals related to mining and manufacturing. 1940s, it introduced a new concept where its employees were empowered to spend 15% of their time on something unrelated to their work to discover new things. Google follows it even now. Most of you may be knowing. In 1960, Archer Daniel Monomer, the company, they developed some polymers, chemicals, And polymers for adhesives was a project started in Minnesota Mining and Manufacturing Company in the 1960s to use those polymers to find some new adhesives, strong adhesives. Spencer Silver, one of the chemical scientists, started working on these adhesives to produce a strong adhesive using polymers. He tried all kinds of combinations. He came up with one chemical, one adhesive, which was exactly the opposite of what he wanted to find. It was the weakest adhesive ever produced in the history of adhesives. Should you be ashamed of this finding? No. He said, though I did not find what I wanted, there is something in this which is remarkable. I have to do something. He told his colleagues, I have this adhesive which is very weak. You put something using this, you can take it off immediately and it doesn't leave a stain. We can put this to some use. Nothing happened for several years. Every year, Minnesota Mining and Manufacturing Company used to have an annual conference where people will come and talk about the new things that they're working on. Spencer Silver used to talk about his adhesive year after year, asking his scientists, fellow scientists, to find a use for it. Again, nothing happened for nearly 7 years. In 1974, one of his colleagues, another chemical scientist, who was also a singer in the church choir, he had a very peculiar problem. He used to mark the different pages of the book they used for singing with bookmarks. But as they stood out to sing, the paper would fall and they would be searching for the particular page, wasting time. One day it suddenly occurred to this man, wow, that adhesive that my colleague has produced, maybe that is very useful. Next day you walk into Spencer's cabin and says, Spencer, I want to try your adhesive. So he took a small piece of paper, applied the adhesive, and put it on his paper. He did all kinds of things the paper would fall from the book. Suddenly somebody had found something. Spencer Silver and Art Fry tried to do something. In fact, in between, Spencer had suggested that they apply this glue on a big board, like the notice board in offices, where people could just stick things whenever they want. Instead of using the tags and pins and all those kind of things, cushion board, you can just put the board with glue. Anybody can stick anything, they can take it out easily. But the biggest problem was, apart from the paper, this glue board was attracting dust. So that didn't work. Now, Art Fry and Spencer Silver started working on this. They said, okay, if we could make small paper and put some glue on the back of it and apply them like that, then wherever we want, we can post them. You know what I'm talking about? The post-it notes. Minnesota Mining and Manufacturing Company is the expanded form of 3M.
3M.
The company which invented the post-it notes. 1974 was the year they found its first use. When they tried it with their executives, they thought it's a good idea. But still, the manufacturing department said, we don't have a machine to manufacture this. Art Fry said, let me try out. He started developing a prototype in the basement of his house. Part by part, he started building the machine. 7, 8, 9. Part by part, he started building the machine, and by the time he completed the machine, it was so huge that to take it out, they had to break down the wall. Finally, the machine was moved to the 3M office, and they started producing these postage stickers. Still, it wasn't enough to go to market. They started trying it with their executives. People liked the idea. They started distributing the stickers free to the people in 4 different territories. not much interest. But Art, Fry and Spencer Silver did not lose heart. They said, we think the problem is in demonstrating how to use this to people. So they started what is called the Boas Blitz, where they distributed this postage stickers free to everybody in Boas, and people went around demonstrating how to use it. And voila, when people started using it, it was like an addiction to marijuana. Everybody wanted more and more and more. Today, postage sticker is everywhere. You have postage art, where people make different art pieces using postage stickers. You go to any secretary's computer, you see postage stickers all over. Postage is now one of the biggest money earners for 3M. It came into market in 1980. We are in 2016, 36 years down the line, the volume is only growing. No signs of stopping. So many other companies have come up with other variations, multiple colors, different shapes, you have everything. But postage is now a household name. There are several lessons for us to learn from this postage experience. We may think serendipity is an accident. But when it comes to innovation, invention, people, when they face those accidents, only those people who see bridges when others see holes are the ones who can actually find something in the failure and take it to a big success. And it takes a flash of brilliance of somebody like Art Fry to find a use to something that somebody else has invented. So it's a matter of collaboration, teamwork, and more than anything else, everything happened in the church. You need some divine help, the grace of God, to make things happen. Friends, serendipity doesn't mean things are accidental. You need an eye to grab that opportunity and make it work for you. So, happy serendipity to all of you. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmasters.